Well, hallelujah and praise the Most High today, family. Hallelujah. Praise the Most High today. It's another fine day here in the Carolinas, family. I hope everyone is well. And like myself, you're able to see it and that you're well. And I would imagine you're able to see it. But I pray that you're well and you're able to get out and enjoy this day like myself. Getting some fresh air, some sunshine, and the Most High willing some good exercise. Hallelujah. 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 I am spending the day with my mother. And it's an absolutely lovely day we're having so far. Just spending time, not rushing. Nothing to do but eat and talk and enjoy each other's company. It's a blessing, family, to be able to enjoy your family. It's a blessing to be able to be in touch with them, go see them, and like I said, just spend time. Hallelujah. And reminisce on the good days. Hallelujah. Pardon me. But I have a grand idea I want to share today. And it's called the crossover. The Most High gave me this idea like 3 or 4 days ago, family. And it's just been getting kicked to the back burner. Well, it's been on the back burner. And today, the Most High reminded me of it. Because I hadn't planned on doing a recording today. I said I'm going to just come and relax with my mother and take a day off. But because she's doing something else right now, I said, well, let me go and get a recording in. The Most High always has one on deck. But this one is right in line with the season we're in. Let me put some magnification on this thing so I can see it a little better. Okay. And we're going to look at Isaiah 26 and 20. 26, 20, and 21, pardon me. Take refuge from the coming judgment. Take refuge from the coming judgment. And we all see the writing on the wall. We see it's coming. And ain't nothing nobody can do about it. It's just like we were saying in the prior recording, how when we was kids, I don't know about y'all, but I saw a couple of people do this. Their eyes were rolling the back of their heads and they just started fighting wild. And it's called a blind fury. Or you can just call it fury. But within the definition of fury, it's like you go wild, you become a wild individual. You throw all care to the wind. And all you see is the destruction of what you're looking at. But the Most High is telling us, come my people, enter your chambers and shut your doors behind you. Hide yourself, as it were, for a moment until the indignation is past. What indignation, Robert? The Most High said he's going to judge these nations for what they did to his people. It's text, Joel 3, 1 through 9, I believe. You'll see it. Because a lot of people want to make up stuff why these countries are being judged, why he's been giving them a global warning. It's not no global warming. It's a global warning for what's really coming down the pipe. And how they treated his children, period. Then he said they stole from his temple, took his gold and his fine silver. And what they did with that, I just learned this, they built a Colosseum with that. With the gold and silver they stole from the temple. They took it and they say the next year or so, they put that money they put that gold right on to work and building the Roman Colosseum. They say it was 72 AD, but I'm sure they got right on it at 70 AD, because the folks that they brought with them, enslaved with them, they put them right into the in the synagogue for sport, saying, look at what we got here. And those are the true gladiators. Yeah, they are. For behold, Yahuwah comes out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. Yeah, like we just said, their iniquity. As Joel said, for what you did to my people, Yasharal, how you stole my little boys and made them little girls, raped and hurt them. And then on top of that, you sold the little girls and raped and mistreated them. For wine, as the text says. The earth will also disclose her blood and will no more cover her slain. Just like we said in the prior recording, all things are being revealed. You're not going to be able to hide what you've done. The murder, the theft, the robbery, the assaults, all of it, battery, it's all been brought to the light. I heard that this morning, that the British went and took this island and murdered almost all the inhabitants, but 70 some people. And it was called the Black War. Tanzania, I believe they said it is, like 200 miles off of the Australian coastline. Yeah. See, it's all being brought to the light every single day, which is true history. Not what they covered up and gave you the story, just like the young fella that was presenting. He said, truly the victors get to write the story. They get to pen their history, their story. But we all realize that the Most High has his story. And just like my pop said, we better make sure we put ourselves on the right side of his story. Not history, not them folks' history, not what they say happened, but as far as what the Most High says happened and is happening and will happen in the future. And then we looked at Exodus 12:13 through 28. Now the blood shall be a sign for you on the houses where you are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you. And the plague shall not be on you to destroy you when I strike the land of Israel. So this day shall be to you a memorial. You shall keep it as a feast to Yahuwah throughout your generations. Or we could say throughout all generations. You shall keep it as a feast by an everlasting ordinance. Everlasting, that means continuously. 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread. On the first day you shall remove leaven from your houses. For whoever eats leavened bread from the first day until the 7th, that person shall be cut off from Yasharal. What they're talking about is the Feast of Unleavened Bread, where we actually celebrate this event as a feast in the 7 days. On the first day, there shall be a holy convocation or a set-apart convocation. And on the 7th day, there shall be a holy convocation for you. No manner of work shall be done on them, but that which everyone must eat. But that which everyone must eat, that only may be prepared by you. So you can't work. Only thing you can do is have the food you prepare. So you shall observe the feast of unleavened bread. There we go. For on this same day I will have brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Just like the text says. What text is that? Ezekiel. It was like these bones are the whole house of Yasharal. And he awakened us and brought us out into our own land, a great army. And you shall take a bunch of hyssop, dip it in blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the two doorposts, the top and the two sides, with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out the door of his house until morning. For Yahuwah will pass through to strike the Egyptians. And when he sees the blood on the lintel and on the two doorposts, Yahuwah will pass over the door and not allow the destroyer to come into your house to strike you. And you shall observe this thing as an ordinance for you and your sons forever. And this is the Passover, family. And we're in that season now of the Passover, when the Most High says, come on, gather into your houses. Wherever you at, just gather into your houses. And even now he's saying, come on, gather into your houses, as my indignation is carried out on these Hasatan worshipers, these followers of Hasatan. And then I'm pulling you up out of these nations where I have scattered you. Whereas the text says the Gentiles took it too far. See, he scattered us out into these nations throughout the four corners of the earth, as the text says he would. But he wasn't asking them to treat us like they did. See, he was asking them to treat us like we're gonna treat them, as indentured servants, not as slaves and as dogs, or worse than dogs. Just terrible. But he's going to take care of all that. And see, once we cross over, he's going to take us into the wilderness of the people. Or you can say the wilderness of the nations. Just as the text says, just like when he brought our forefathers out of Egypt. Back then it was called the wilderness of Egypt, where they had to spend 40 years in the wilderness because of their hard head and their stiff neck. But this time we're only going to spend three years there. While the text says he's going to plead with us face to face, when he's going to be teaching us his way of doing things, just like he taught them in the wilderness of Egypt, but they didn't want to listen. So he had to kill off a whole generation, which the text also says in this Exodus, when we're in the wilderness, he's going to purge out the rebels. He said he's going to bring us all out from the lands of our captivities and bring us into the wilderness. But then he's going to plead with us and teach us his way of doing things. And those rebels are going to be purged out to where they will not be able to go into the kingdom, into the promised land. But I say praise the Most High for the crossover. Because just like when we came up out of Egypt and was confronted by Hasatan through Pharaoh, and they tried to take our forefathers out, the Most High swallowed them up. And then the real crossover was when they crossed over Jordan and went into the promised land. See, that's what I'm looking forward to, family. And of course, unlike I think some people, I'm looking forward to the wilderness. Because the Most High is going to show up. He's going to teach us. And I believe it's going to be a whole lot of miracles, signs and wonders going down. The text says he's going to teach us face to face. And all of us will be in one place, away from all these distractions. people, places, and things. I'm excited about it, family. And then on top of that, going into our land. Talking about a new kind of joy. Being free from these other nations, other people's rules. See, we're going to see why it's so relevant to follow the Most High's laws, statutes, and commands as a lifestyle. Once we get off into our land, and it'll start making a whole lot more sense. See, this is going to keep us out of that kind of trouble. This is going to keep us out of that kind of trouble. Hallelujah. Because that's all he's about. He's not trying to keep nothing from us. He's trying to bring stuff to us and help us in every aspect of our lives. That's why he gives us commands and laws and rules. Because we need them. We're stiff-necked people. But we don't have to be. All we have to do is say, yes, sir, whatever you say, I'll do. Just like our people said they would, but they didn't follow through. He told them that, now don't get into this land and start trying to do like them folks do. But that's going to get you kicked out and get you enslaved by them. See, they're already jealous of you because I chose you. See, he said it's not because of your size that I chose you, but it's because I love you. And I want to use you as an example to how I want to treat all the rest of the nations. But how can I treat you as an example when you're hard-headed? When you want to be like them, I need you to be set apart so I can teach them how I deal, how I love folk, how I discipline those ones I love, how they got to follow my rules, my laws, statutes, and commands. And everybody's going to be glad to get in line, family, as the text says. When the righteous are in charge, the folks rejoice. But when the wicked are in charge, they mourn. And that's what everybody's doing right now. They mourning. Sad. Saying, I wish. But we can't wish for a man to make things great. We have to trust the Most High that he's doing it, as he said he is. But right now he's saying, get somewhere and get quiet and shut up. And get in your place, in your secret place, and listen for my orders. As I pass over you and put down this spanking on these nations and bring y'all up out of there. We say praise the Most High today, family. We thank the Most High for the crossover. But it takes obedience. And all that he asks us to do, family, it takes us being obedient to him. In our relationship with him, it takes obedience. See, we can't get the big head like we know it all. It's all about him because he knows it all. He sees what we can't see. See, he has the bird's eye view, and we have the level, surface level view. We can't see around the corner like he can. He's looking from the top down. Say, okay, I see that right there. Go on and make that left right there. You got a trap coming up over there on the right. Make it left. I got you. Then you start submitting to him and you'll start saying, hey, the Most High has a plan. He really does. Just like we started off, put yourself on his side of the history. My pop told me that a few years ago. Because I was concerned about putting myself around the right kind of people. I said, Pop, I want to put myself around the right kind of people that's doing right for a change. He said, well, Bob, that's admirable of you. He said, but don't you worry about other people. You just make sure you put yourself on the right side of his story. His story, the Most High story. I said, yes, sir, I'm gonna do that. And that's been the best advice he has given me so far. Family, we say praise the Most High. We're gonna let that be our time. But in this season of our Passover, we have to thank the Most High for passing over us as he pours out his great indignation on these nations. for how they treated our forefathers and how they treat us now. And remember this, family, he's faithful. The Most High is faithful. Whether he tell you something in his word or he whisper something in your ear, he's not going back on his word, family. Do remember that. We love you so much, family. Do stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom. Hallelujah.